Right. Rajesh, so good to have you on the podcast, man. And so I'm so happy about being part of this journey where I've been able to connect with fans like yourselves because if it wasn't for Sir's music, I really don't think you and I would be sitting on in different parts of the world and then still connecting. And that's I think that's the magic of Sir's music. And then so good that you got in touch with me last week. Really appreciate it. And then again, credit goes to Sir. If it wasn't for his music, I really don't think we probably would have connected. So thank you so much for getting in touch, and that has done nothing but nice little friendship, which I'm sure we're going to cherish. And then look, I'm very looking forward to meeting you whenever I travel to Dubai, and then likewise when you travel to Australia. I really would like you to come and spend some time at my place, and then I will take you for a ride in the I Love ARR car.
No, thank
And
you for having me. I mean, it's what you're doing for Sir and his music and for his fans is just amazing. That's why I was like just randomly watching your videos, and then I was like, let me just message this guy, and I was just searching, okay, where do I message him? And it's always like we all would probably say that we are his greatest fans and stuff. I'm the biggest fan, you're the biggest fan, but nothing. I passed that stage now. When I meet someone, when someone tells me I'm a bigger fan, I'm like, I'm happy. I'm more than happy. If you're a bigger fan, because the bigger the fan, the more you get to discuss, the more
mm,
uh, you get to discuss. Sometimes you probably miss out on a certain, probably maybe a background score which you haven't heard, I haven't heard, and I'm like, okay,
yeah,
have you heard that? And like, so that's how that's how you connect. And I think I've connected with so many people and so many friends only because of Sir's music. And I've also been like a diehard fanatic about his music, about the man, since I was a kid. So for me, I literally worship him. You know,
oh yeah,
so yeah, I mean, there's no difference between you and me and all that, and many other fans. So
for
I'm
sure.
telling you, it's all a battle where you always say, I'm the biggest fan, you're the biggest fan, but I'm just happy when someone tells me, I'm a bigger fan. So I'm like, I love it. As long as you are the fan of his music, so that's something which I totally appreciate,
Right.
because I think even my friends and everyone from childhood only identifies me with his music. Like how I'm sure your friends, whenever they probably listen to his track first, they'll message you first. Hey, you must have
Correct.
heard that.
You're spot
It's
on.
exactly. So it's the same here. It's so much so that you sometimes have to stop talking about his music. It's like irritating for a lot of people. So because I used to only talk about him and only post about him all the time since I was in school. And people used to actually call me, oh, Rajesh Rahman, come here. So it was like that. Oh, who, him? Okay, the Rahman fan, yeah. So I don't know. Everywhere I went, from school and college, and even when I was working and stuff, everyone knew I was his fan. So I don't know how the word spread. So people mostly identify me as, okay, this guy is an AI crazy guy.
Amazing, man. So good to hear. It resonates a lot. I can see the reflection of mine, to be honest. Whenever I hear people say this, right? I've always been thinking that.
I was watching yours and Nadeem's conversation, and when you both were having this banter, I'm the greatest fan. I was like, I totally get it what these guys are talking about. That's why that discussion is like, it's null and void. I totally understand what you feel, and when you say all these things and stuff. So I totally get it.
Yeah, I mean, myself and Nazif always have this banter whenever we meet in the concerts and even otherwise, random phone calls. This is the only topic. And yeah, I mean, look, of course, as I said, right, I can just see the reflection of mine. So that's the best part about Sir's music, man. I don't know. That's the magic that he has created. And then I think me personally, it's beyond his music, and I'm sure it's the same for you and millions of others too. It's it's the way Sir is, and it's beyond his music. So it's the person he is, and then um, the spiritual pathway he is on, and the aura he creates. Imagine, so he's thousands and thousands of miles away, and but any little interaction with him, I am fully energized, and then I can't sleep for a few hours, and his aura just transmits through. I mean, miles away. I just can't explain, and and
Totally what you're trying to say. I can totally get it. I can just see it in your eyes and hear it in your voice, and I totally get it. I mean, first it's the music which attracts you, then obviously the person. So the reason why we like, for me, he's God for me. So I have to really behave in front of him. We be very normal, be very professional. so so he
mm,
doesn't really get irritated and stuff. And plus, obviously, if even with age you grow. If I met him when I was like in my teen years, my interaction would have been very different. At that time I
correct.
just wanted to grab him, kidnap him, keep him with me, and just talk to him about his music. You don't know how crazy I am about his music, and but then when you grow up, but then you see, because he's now a global superstar,
Correct.
so everyone claims to be a big fan. So then
Yeah.
earlier he was like ours, and now it's like he's everyone else's. You probably had to share him with people all over the world. Like,
Yeah,
he's,
indeed.
he's he's huge now. So I can just say, I don't want to claim I'm the biggest, because I know there are so many of them. So, but yeah, he is still the person who changed everything for me.
Hmm.
I mean, if I can just point out one person who changed my life, it's him. It's only him. There is no one else. His music, his the way he is as a person, his interviews. I used to literally stalk him. I had his posters in my house and everything. So, and because I'm a composer myself, and I'm a technical guy, so to listen to his stuff, to listen to his sound, to literally deconstruct the whole sound, listen on the left side, listen on the right side, what is he doing with the sound, with his music. So
Hmm.
it's not in my blood. So I mean, just like how it is in your blood. So
Wow.
it's just possible to separate. Like probably like a few friends of mine, they probably tell me, you've probably taken so much of his music in your blood that you probably even know, like, whenever we listen to his new album. So I kind of guess, okay, maybe the second answer will probably be like that, and sometimes it's bang on. So it's because we've consumed so much of him
True.
that it's probably it's there in our blood.
Hmm.
And then about the person that he is, it's amazing.
True.
He's
True. And you mentioned he obviously, sir, has changed your life, right? He has changed mine, and he has changed millions of others as well. In what way has he changed yours?
See, I mean, when Roja came, I was 8, you know.
Yeah.
So I still remember the songs had released, and I was 8 years old, and I'd seen this. I think it was Haseen Wadi, which was coming on the TV, and obviously the videos also,
Yeah.
uh, it's just like the song. It was amazing,
Yeah.
and I was like just stunned. I was like, wow, what is that sound? And within a few years, there was Thira Thruda, there was Chor Chor, there was Samse Mukabla, and this and that. I used to go and buy audio cassettes. I'm like a 9, 10 year old guy, right? And so I'm just buying everything, whatever that comes. I should just go and just like take a few bucks and just you go and buy a CD. Just look for it. And okay, do you have cassettes by this guy? So just give it to me. Come home, listen to it on loop again, daily, every single day. It doesn't matter what language it was. And at that time, I'm 10. I'm stupid. You're a kid. You can imagine like a 10-year-old person, and during those 80s, 90s days, so you don't know much about stuff. So but when I should listen to his music, so it was just like to share his music with others. So it was basically telling everyone, listen, have you heard this? Have you heard this? Have you heard this? So spreading about his music, telling everyone. And I think at that time I must have just randomly. because the Oscars are very big, So I used to always tell people, this guy will win an Oscar one day. You don't even know what that is. Probably for us at that time, for a kid, is probably like the biggest award in the world. Maybe I never heard about Grammys at that time because I was a kid. So I
Yeah.
must have just told someone, this guy will make it so big internationally. And this is, I think, just like 3-4 years in his career as well. So it just started from there, and then when Dil Se came out, I think I was 14 when
Mm.
Dil Se came out. So the title track completely changed everything. Not that I was already a fan of him, fan of his music and him, but then that soundtrack just changed, like that song particularly. It changed everything. So when I heard the song, I was like, oh my god, what is this? And I was so obsessed, still obsessed with that song and the sound, because that song is untouchable, because what he created was like, wow, because that one song changed me completely, changed my whole outlook to be
Yeah.
creative, how to make music, what to do. And then I decided, this is the path which I want to take.
Wow.
Not follow his music or his sound, because that eventually will happen if you compose,
Mm.
because you are a fan. But the ability to look for new genres, the unexplored.
Mm.
And so whatever I do, even if I write films, I do anything, it has to be unexplored, and that has come from him. And the attention to detail, it's all because of him. It is
Mm.
big because of music, and the way you imagine and all that stuff. It's just, I think it is all thanks to him. Most of it. Like he showed the path, you know. And then obviously just more and more albums and stuff. I mean, then it's like a ritual. You have to listen to
Mm.
it.
Mm.
Even now, when you also know, every time his album comes out, you have to isolate yourself, listen to the entire album, just like how you used to do as children. Nothing has changed. I mean, life has changed. Things are different, but it's still the same. His album comes out, take take that time there were CDs, now it's all stopped. So which is the most irritating part, when you used to get the CDs and you had that
Look at the
vinyl and
credits
stuff.
and everything.
Yes, yeah, yeah, look at the credits, and you have the collector's edition, then you listen
Correct.
to that CD. It's a proper good format, and these days, I mean, the CDs are gone. You have to download stuff, so you don't even know what quality these guys are uploading. Is it like 320 kb? Is it wave? Is it 192? So, so that is something which really annoys me these days. So I don't get his CDs, but probably we can sometimes smuggle stuff through Nasi if I tell him, if you have a better version, just send it to me, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, I can completely relate to whatever you just said. And then, so you took up music as a career, did you say?
See, I was from the time when I was 14, I was always clear this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a
Uh,
composer. So, but obviously your family doesn't really believe in all that stuff, and
yeah.
even the studio which I've built, it just like it's much later in my life. It has happened. So I did my studies and stuff, and then because his sound was so fascinating, and because you've heard stories about him composing, programming, doing everything. So I started doing everything. I started composing, I started programming, I started arranging. Then I did sound engineering as well, much later in my
Mm.
career. So I learned that as well. But but for most of my career, I was working in radio. So I used to write ads, and I used to produce ads. I used to um, do voiceover and all that
Wow.
stuff. So and so music, probably I haven't really got a lot of time. There are a lot of tunes which have been composed, but you know, it's like, okay, the sound is not right. Okay, maybe I think I should create a video which should be so different, because or else because there's so much noise and clutter around, your stuff will be lost if it's
Mm.
not so different, then it'll be lost. I mean, your video and your sound, it has to be at the quality of the highest level,
Mm.
internationally. And now because the world is so small now, so everything is everywhere. I mean, you have access to Mexican music, you have access to Latin music, Latin video, Latin films. The world is very small now.
Mm.
So probably I'm just delaying the process when it comes to my music career, but
Mm.
everything else has happened. like radio and short films and directing and writing. So all the stuff has happened.
Amazing. I love it. I love stories like this. So cool, man. And you were obviously following both the Tamil soundtracks and the Hindi.
Everything, Tamil, Chinese, whatever.
Chinese.
We
Yeah.
are still not aware. Whatever that comes out, everything. From Tamil to whatever he does, from Bombay Dreams to Lord of the Rings, everything, everything. Even the background score, nothing is missed. So much so that even I watch his film with the background score, I know exactly the background score when it will start, when it will stop, and with the dialogues and everything. So
Wow. That's insane. That's amazing.
I literally hum the entire background score like this is how it's going to start, and it's sometimes annoying. So sometimes you just have to like keep your mouth shut. Okay.
Right. And then have you been to any of his concerts in the past?
Yeah, all his concerts which happen in Dubai, I've attended. Yeah.
Yeah.
From
Right.
the Sufi one to even the earliest of the only concert that I missed was his first concert in Dubai, which
Yeah.
was his second in his career. The first
The
one was
Javed Jeffrey one, right?
yes, that's the only concert which I missed. But I still have the cassette. I think I watched it like a million times. Like I've just so many times that this is what I used to do. I should just watch the concert, then listen to the song, then watch the concert. I don't know what I did in school or college. It devoted my life to his music, literally.
And did you have the opportunity to meet him in any of the concerts?
No. So I mean, not really. I think during the Sufi concert, probably I was there backstage.
Mm,
Not backstage, but I was there at the rehearsals and stuff. So
mm.
Nazif was. I told Nazif, man, I'm a really huge fan, and I've want to talk to him properly. So he was like, I'll introduce you properly and stuff. But sir was so busy with the rehearsals, and I said, I don't want to disturb him. So I left from there. But I met him later during the One Heart promotions,
Yeah.
and yeah, so there I think we spoke, and I think but he didn't when we met recently. I told him, but he obviously doesn't remember that. Obviously, because there was media, but there was not much media because I was working the station where I was working for Radio Military. Yeah, so we were promoting One Heart,
Yeah.
which is obviously I was happy because I'm very proud because it was directed by my brother Nazir. So I was very proud, and I remember I think watching the movie. I was there, and I was messaging Nazir. I was like, I love it, man. I wish you were here with me, and I wish we were watching this together. So I think that was the time I spoke to him, and then uh, I was also there for the Hindustani Way shoot because I think Nazif asked me to be there. So we were just looking, just taking care of the technical stuff there,
Right.
and yeah, I mean, but obviously talking to him it's he has an aura. So if you don't know him personally, so it's always for me the first time when he was there in front of me, so I was completely like tongue tied. I couldn't say anything,
Mm.
and I've been in media all my life, so I've met everyone, from to take the biggest names. I've interacted with everyone, but only when he came in front of me, I couldn't say a thing. I was like,
Right. Yeah.
totally. I didn't know what to tell him. If I was like 16, probably I would just go and be like, "Oh my God, I'm a huge fan," and you know how big a fan I am. But then after so many years, when he's already a global superstar, you can't just go to him and tell him, I'm a huge fan. Yeah, okay. Everyone else is. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, I usually go speechless as well whenever I see him, and then, but yeah, I think I'm trying to get over it. But it's the love and respect we have for him. That's all. Right. And did you watch 99 Songs? Obviously, you would have.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Oh, and then Mimi released the soundtrack. I would like to get your thoughts on this. So the soundtrack released, you're getting to hear it for the first time.
So yes, the soundtrack released. I'm excited. Suddenly, it just came out, the soundtrack, as a surprise. And I hear the soundtrack. I'm just trying to get into the groove, and then Nazif calls me. He's like, you know what? Sir wants to shoot a song tomorrow. I was like, eh? What? So we're like, so then it was. So I asked him, well, what's the song and this and that. He was like, it's Rihaayi. And I am just listening to the album, getting it into my system. And he was like, we have to we have to shoot this stuff, and it has to be done right away. And on the same day, I think Sir came and he did a Zoom call with us. And so he explained, this is what I want and this and that. So I have to do it as soon as possible. And we were like all of a sudden on board. So it was just, what was happening was very, very surreal. And obviously I was very, very scared, very, very nervous, because uh, here we are, the biggest fan and stuff, and then suddenly you get a chance to work with him, which is suddenly surreal. And so, of course, I was very, very, very nervous about the fact, because there were two things. One, I shouldn't let him down, and the other one, I shouldn't let Nazif down. So
Yeah.
so I was extremely nervous. I was like, even when you know the craft and stuff, so you sometimes just you're like blank. Okay, I just hope I don't go wrong. So
Yeah.
I think for like 2-3 days, I couldn't sleep or eat anything. I was like all over the place. Like I was just so tired the whole day. And Azif would call me and he would tell me like, bro, I mean, how are you so relaxed? And I was like, I'm not relaxed, man. I haven't slept. I'm just thinking about how to do the stuff and what to do, because we got very little time to prepare. And so we were just, and because we love him so much and we respect him so much, so we always, when we listen to his songs, and we're like, I think the video should have been like this, the video should have been like that. And suddenly you're like, boom, it's your baby. Do it, make it better. Come on. You always keep
Right.
complaining about what others do and stuff. So, it was like all these things were playing on my mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
The soundtrack was amazing, as but it took me a while, to, because in between the shoot happened. So I was like, wait, I want to listen to the other tracks as well. Okay, so I mean, okay, let me just wait. Let me just listen to it easily, and let's Rihaayi they come into my blood slowly and slowly.
Right. So, what was the kind of briefing Sir gave during that Zoom call, especially about this shoot? What was
See,
his what were his thoughts rather?
his brief was not exactly how he wanted, and I think he probably gave us the freedom. He said, you know what, just be very make it different. Don't make it run of the mill. Make it very quirky, and make it nice. That's it. Like, he didn't really say a lot, and I think he just mentioned a bit about the car thing and stuff. So obviously I had to start listening to the song more and more and more and more. I'm like, if it's like how we do, it's a ritual. You will sit with the song, you listen to it, but now it was like, okay, I need to listen to the song again, listen to the lyrics, what's happening, decide what is happening, and get the location, get the permits, and this and that. So it was all happening so quickly. And so I think me and my team, we just sat, and we wrote a few scenes according to the lyrics as well,
Hmm.
according to the music, and according to how the feel should be. And because I think maybe in my head I probably connect with him as a person and his music. So so you probably pray to God that maybe things can get aligned with
Hmm.
what he's thinking. And so yeah, I mean, that's what happened.
What was the car thing he said?
Well, it was just very, very vague. I think it was just like, I'll probably just be there in the car, and uh, I'll probably have those lights in the background and stuff, very, very blurry lights.
Right.
So I could probably feel, and when he was saying that, I could probably get that thing
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
my head. when you listen to the song and the kind of programming that he's done and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was probably his brief. But it was morely it was very vague. I think he had given us the freedom to probably decide what you want to do and just make it different, make it
Mm.
quirky, make it, and so that was amazing. Giving someone the freedom with whom you haven't worked, to
Yeah.
just speak volumes about him. This is amazing. He can go to anyone. You know.
Yeah, and look, the video came out, the Rihaayi De video, and then I absolutely loved it. And interestingly enough, when I watched it for the first time, that's when I'm connecting the visuals with what I've heard before, and then seeing Sir in the video, it just brought tears in my eyes. So
I've
that's the magic, huh?
also read a lot of comments on YouTube, and under the video. So a lot of people actually said, they were in tears when they saw the video. So that was amazing to read. Yeah.
So that was actually my comment on that YouTube. I said, "Has anyone else experienced this? When you
Oh,
watch this?" And Sony Music pinned my comment there until Sir commented and his comment got pinned.
yeah, that was your comment. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Because
that was
I
mine.
read that comment. Yes, I
And
read that comment.
so, well, the thing is, I mean, that's what the video did, and what I also, of course, noticed was, as you said, you the visuals were matching with the lyrics. So,
Yeah.
yeah, and especially for to a large part of it towards the starting of the video, I could clearly see that there's a lot of homework that's gone into the visuals and connecting with obviously the lyrics. So, what sort of preparation did you have to do, and especially to get the plan for the sequences? In terms of, like, for example, because you're mixing with two different videos, right? One is Sir's visuals, and then for the second part of it from the Mimi movie itself. And so, yeah, how did you go about? What was your storyboard like, rather?
See, even the storyboard was actually it was. I mean, we didn't really get a lot of time to prepare. You know,
Right.
and so it was all done very quickly. Because I've worked in radio, so a lot of stuff happens last minute and stuff. So I used to make ads. I used to write ads, so I know how it's done. And so how do you prepare last minute and stuff? How do you prepare quickly?
Mm.
Scared, because this is not a small ad or whatever. It's it's one of the world's biggest superstars. So it has to be at par with what the international artists are doing. It's not going to be only heard or seen by his fans. It's going to be seen by the whole world. So you also have that fear in your head, like, what if something goes wrong?
Mm.
So we had like additional scenes, and we had done our recce and stuff, uh, and we had done our homework. So if he comes and if he asks the question, so we probably had
Answers
the
to.
answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, we had additional scenes. We had additional scenes. If probably the shoot gets a little late, so even if we cancel a few locations, then we still have a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You know. So, and then as Sirs always keeps saying, you should always wait for the magic. And with him, trust me, whatever we shot, it just happened. It I mean, it was so magical with him. Like, okay, we thought this would come out this way. It came out even much better than what we had imagined.
Mm.
It happened so smoothly, and you were like, I was just looking at him. I was like, I think it's all about him, about his magic, because he keeps saying those words again and again. Just wait and the magic will happen. Just wait and the magic will happen. Every time we came and we shot a scene, we got something magical. Every time, like literally every time. Like in the morning shot, the night shot, and this and that. Every time something magical happened. and I just had a smile on my face because I think all my fears in the first 10 minutes just went away, because I could just see everything just getting aligned. I was like, okay, I think something magical is happening. I think let me just let's just go with the flow and stuff. Yeah.
Uh, just explain to me, what was that magic that you actually saw while shooting?
So see now, when Sir came on set, in the morning, rather late in the night
Yeah,
actually,
yeah,
because I think we wanted night shots and stuff.
yeah,
So obviously you're scared, this is, I'm directing him and stuff. So but luckily I had done my homework really well, and I told him, sir, this is the first shot, we'll start with this. So he asked me, why this one? I don't want static shots, I want moving shots. So I said, no, I mean, let's just get you into the groove. It was actually to get us into the groove, but I told him, let's get you into the groove. But he's smart enough to understand that. And so I had taken a few shots with my mobile, and I also shared it with Nazif as well. And I showed him, this is what I'm thinking. So he was like, these are beautiful. Just show it to him. So I showed those shots to him. So this is what we're thinking. And he said, oh, this is beautiful. And when he said it, I love it. Let's do this. So it just suddenly made me a little confident there. I was like, okay, this is happening well. And so I think once we started talking, I think the first 10-15 minutes, I think he was very comfortable. He also made us very comfortable.
mm,
And we were literally in sync with what the ideas that I was telling him, and what he had. So I was like, sir, I have thought like this. And he was like, oh yeah, okay, even yes, let's do it. Even I believe we should do something like that. So every time I went up to went up to him with an idea, he already had something better. Like, yeah, I can do this. So in the first location itself, he had so much fun that, and when I was looking at the shots and I was sending all those shots to Nazif, I was like, see, this is what we are doing, because he was scared, like, how is it going, how's it going. So I was like, it's going, it has started really well. So I hope, it just continues. So and that's the magic. And and then there was a shot, I don't think we've used that shot, but I think there was like an outdoor shoot, and it started drizzling. So, and I was like, it's drizzling. I was like, wow. It was just sudden. It was so sudden. I told him, sir, it's just, this is insane. It just started drizzling. And he was like, these magical things happen with me all the time. Because I told him, I've heard all those stories about your concerts where it's rained and stuff, and you've gone inside, you've played, and you've come out. So I can actually witness the magic right now. And he was telling me all those stories in between shots and stuff, and we could see he was having a great time. So I think everything just went with the flow. We had to remove like a few scenes because we were like, okay, we're probably getting what we wanted. Like, we had done our homework really well, because everywhere we had additional scenes. Like, I was going, uh, because I know the lyrics pretty well, and I know the meaning behind it as well. So I was like, and I was telling me, I think, so for this one we should do like this, for this one we should do like that. Like in the end, there's this scene where he's standing in front of the mirror. So we had taken like, a couple of shots like that in different locations. So we can probably use it later, where you want. Because the line like "Chehra tera,"
mm.
it's like "Tu hai magar tu hai ki nahi." It's like that. Is it you or someone else? So we wanted that mirror shot, because he likes to be artistic, and when we told him, we were like, yeah, okay, let's do all that stuff.
Right, right. I do have some specific questions, like even in the car thing, right? Like car shots, rather. One thing is Sir's lip syncing. Number one, was he comfortable lip syncing? And when he was lip syncing, how do you go about shooting? So, do you actually play the song inside the car and he lip syncs? That's one. And
Yeah,
then, secondly, also the glitter in his eyes. I'm sure you would have noticed it too because you shot it. Tell me about that too. So you can tell me about the lip sync first.
the thing, obviously, I mean, we had the lyric sheet, but he knew the lyrics anyways. So because obviously it's his song, he's also heard it so many
Yeah,
times. And but you always have the lyric sheet because you want the shot to go away easily and quickly.
yeah,
You don't want to take retakes and all and all that stuff. obviously the song is also being played wherever we are shooting, either outside or inside. The song is obviously being played, and he's obviously lip syncing on the song.
Mm.
So because then if you don't play the song, then your sync, your tempo will not match.
Right.
So it's a pain in the edit then. So it's like every other song is shot. It's always shot with the audio in the background as well.
Yeah. And was he actually comfortable? I feel that with the camera focusing on him and then him having to lip sync, I I somehow feel that there's a little um, shy smile on in him where he's not completely comfortable, but he's trying to make himself comfortable. I could be wrong.
He is extremely comfortable. He is a delight. He is a director's delight because he will listen to whatever you tell him.
Right.
He's not some random person. He is, apart from being the global superstar, he's also our idol.
Yeah.
So to tell him something and for him to agree and nod and say, yeah, okay, we'll do it, which is also a very big thing, for him
Yeah.
to trust,
Yeah.
give that trust to people. He also has his own ideas as well, which are great, but he is very easy to shoot with, and he's very quick,
Mm.
and there's no problem for him to lip sync. Absolutely no
Nice.
problem.
Nice.
He, and he's done it so many times. He's shot so many music videos. So I think because we think his personality is probably like that and stuff, but then no, man, he's a true professional who knows what to do, what exactly to do, and he knows everything about cameras and about lenses and about his technical stuff is too sharp. He knows everything,
Yeah.
literally everything. Light, where should the light be kept? I've worked with many actors and stuff, and those guys don't have any clue. He knows, let's get the light here, let's dim the light and stuff. So we had like two Astro lights in the car. So he knows, okay, what light to put and which light to put. And I was like, this is what we've thought. And he also has, he doesn't just come and just uh, do his bit and go away. So he
Yeah.
does contribute. He has a lot of say
Mm.
in the technical stuff. Like
Nice.
he is all about everything, literally, from camera movements to this and that,
Mm.
music. So he knows his
For sure.
technical stuff
Yeah,
pretty
he
well.
does. Yeah. And what about the glitter in his eyes? There's one particular shot where it's very evident there's glitter in his eyes. I'm sure you know about it.
I think that's all playing with light and stuff. That's all. You're playing with light and you're just waiting for the magic to happen. So you're playing with the light, you're playing with the lenses and stuff, and just waiting for that magic to happen in his eyes. And
So that was a planned shot rather, right?
see, some shots are planned, but then you also wait for the magic to happen. Like how Sir says, you wait for the magic to happen, and it'll happen because when you're shooting, so some things you sometimes you get a great shot uh, out of the blue. Like you've probably planned something else. You get the light here, you get the light here, and
Mm.
maybe the artist looks into the camera, looks here and there, and you get a great and you get a great shot. And then we had probably even opened the sunroof, and we had like a different kind of lighting. We were trying to do different kind of stuff, and I think it was supposed to be like a half an hour, 1 hour drive. It went on for like 3-4 hours because you're like until we don't get our best shots, we're not getting out of the car. So and he was also enjoying. He I think he had a lot of fun as well.
Right, right. And
Because what was happening on the monitor as well. So that made the job even much easier. So he would also know what's going on in the shots and how the shot is looking. If you say,
yeah,
yeah, it's looking nice, let's
yeah,
continue with that.
for sure. And then also the scene where Sir smiles. Tell me about that one.
Yeah, I think the more the takes we kept taking, I think he became more comfortable, and because I was also talking about all kinds of stuff.
Did you actually ask him to smile or he just happened to smile?
No, no, he happened to smile. So he happened to smile, and I think the more comfortable he got, the more we were talking, and we were talking about all kind of stuff, so I know how to make my artist comfortable as well, so
Like, what were
I
you
won't lie.
talking to make him comfortable?
All kinds of stuff about, we were talking about music, you were talking about film, you were talking and he has this, he has a crazy sense of humor, and you were laughing the whole time, and it was a lot of fun. I mean, the whole shoot was, it was like a breeze,
Yeah.
uh it was a lot of fun. We were just laughing the whole time, trying different stuff. Let's try this, let's try that. And if the shot was coming out nice, then he was also uh, he was glad. So that smile that came on his face was also real.
Mm.
And he also knew what he was trying to convey. He didn't, normally someone else would probably shoot that song, okay, it's a sad song, so he's also going to be sad, the girl also going to be sad. But he had that in mind. He was like, no, I'm talking to her, I'm like giving her hope, so I have to be, I have to smile a bit as well.
Mm.
So like, that is right. I think let's take that route. Yeah.
Nice. And obviously, you mentioned about Sir's sense of humor, and we all know he has a very wicked sense of humor. Do you remember any of the things that he might have cracked?
There was, there was so much. I think we were just laughing throughout. I think throughout the shoot, and I think throughout the time when we were even sitting and selecting the shots and stuff. I think we would just crack up the whole time. The whole time he would just make us laugh, and funny noises and all that stuff. It was just incredible. I think even in the car, we were supposed to shoot in slow motion. So you play the audio at 50 SPS. It's faster. So then he would like two, three, tara, kat lagta hai tu, and he would do that, and he would like, oh, I'm sounding like a goat, like meh, meh. So he was doing all that stuff. So obviously when he was doing that, so you were also more comfortable around him, and even he was more comfortable. So probably because he had that comfort level. So I think then I could see that. That's
Hmm.
probably because he also knew, Najib is a close friend, and
Hmm.
so I think that is why he was a little more comfortable. And I think he was also, Najib was on the call the whole time with me.
Hmm.
So to tell him what was going on in the shoot as well. So
Right.
yeah, I mean, how did the shoot happen? It was so breezy. I mean, how did we get shots and stuff? It was just magical. I mean, the places where we decided to, like, especially in the car, the places where we decided we'll probably get those amazing shots, we didn't. We actually lost the way. I don't know where when the driver took us to some random location, and the best shot that we got, we were lost. Like we were like, where are we? And that's where we just started experimenting. We get the light here and there, and that is where we got all the best shots. So when we decided to go to certain places to get the best shots, we didn't get it. The places where we didn't decide, we went by chance. The driver lost the way, and he was just going around. And because I was playing the song from my mobile, I couldn't set the GPS, so he lost the way. And at those locations, we got the shots. That's the magic I'm talking about. That's a thing which he keeps talking about. Magic. Let the magic happen. Let's wait. Let's wait. Let's wait. Have some patience, and the magic would happen. And I could see it every single time he would say it, and I did witness it. I was like, this is magical. I mean, how did we get the shots, the best of the shots in the most remote location? Like, where are we? I don't even know. It was just magical. How that happened was just amazing.
I'm just curious how did you go about doing the lighting, especially when the car is in motion and getting the blur effect and stuff like that? Obviously, the lights weren't outside the car, right?
The lights are inside, so that's a technique that you use with the lenses. It's called lens
Right.
whacking. So that's what you it's not done in post. It's done. It's shot that way.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and this is also something which he also had in his mind, and he was not probably able to explain that to us initially, because it's difficult to explain that just while talking. When you're on the set and when you're shooting, you can always experiment and do all that stuff. And the more comfortable he was getting, and he was, let's try something different. Let's try something different. And you're there in the car for like 3 4 hours. So you can just try all that stuff, and then it came out beautifully. So and he knows the terminology. He was like, let's try lens whacking. He knows everything. he literally knows everything. And I was like, wow,
Mm.
wow. He knows his stuff, man. That's it's
And that is the part I saw where Sir is holding a light in the behind the scenes footage.
Yeah, that he was just playing around with the light, and he was like, let's
Right.
keep it here. So that because we were also playing around the light, just to create a different effect. So we wanted like those magical shots, because your car shots can just be like very boring and stuff. So we have to make it look beautiful. Make it look
Right.
like international standard. That this is what he kept saying.
Mm.
What,
Mm.
give me Hollywood stuff. Give me Hollywood stuff.
Mm.
So let's play around and let's do what we can in the car. And then obviously in post you can always edit and make it more beautiful.
Understand.
But like how a singer sings a song, if the singer is really good, like Shreya Ghoshal, if she's singing a song, she has a great voice, she has a great texture. So in the post you don't have to do much.
Mm.
It's similar when it comes to shooting a song or creating or shooting a movie or whatever. If you shot well, it makes it much easier in the post.
Mm.
You can pay more, you can make it more beautiful. So
Understand.
yeah,
Yeah.
so it looks like, yeah, I mean, it looks like it's all unplanned, but it was planned, unplanned, both. Uh,
It's a mix of both.
it, so it and plus with him, the magic kept happening because
Nice.
he kept let the magic happen, and we were away in our head, like something will happen, and because I was like, something magical is going to happen. You've lost the way, this and that is happening, blah blah blah, and but we got everything what we wanted. Yeah,
Nice.
that was amazing.
Do you have the count of the number of times you use the word magic?
You know?
And that's how magical it has been for you. Huh?
Yeah, and because I witnessed it as well, and
Yeah.
I've read that in his interviews. I've read all the interviews, seen all the interviews, and he always mentions that as well. The magic happens. It's he will say it just once, and he will forget about it,
Yeah.
and let them, and then you witness it, and when you have that in your head, then you are less scared, and you're less nervous,
Yeah.
and you wait for things to happen
Yeah.
rather than let's force it and let's do it, and you get tensed, and when you are tensed and when you're irritated, your things will not happen, because if you in a creative field, you need to be relaxed. you
Mm.
need you need your mind relaxed,
Mm.
and then suddenly there's like, oh wow, like just like composing, you're composing and you're not finding something, and suddenly there's like probably an ambulance noise, a Doppler effect going outside, and you're like, oh wait, something inspired me, and then you put that. So it's just like that, you just have to let it happen.
Understand. And tell me about the color palette. Quite obviously, there's it's very evident that there's a certain palette that you have used for the video. So how did you go about nailing down on this is the palette that I'm going to be using for the shoot?
Obviously, see, that was according to the color palette was according to the film as well.
Right.
You watch the film and you watch a few clippings, and then you decide, okay, what are the colors used here? Okay, you have to use the same color,
Okay.
because then it shouldn't look out of the place.
Mm. Mm.
That is the basic. A lot of people actually forget about the color palette, and even the best of people, sometimes they forget. But that's the first thing which is in my mind. The color. What are you going to wear? And so that was already discussed with sir. What are you going to wear? And
Yeah, I was,
we
I was actually going to ask you about that. So, in terms of what you're going to wear, is it something that obviously his wife was coordinating on what he was going to be wearing for which shot?
no no. So he showed what he had, and so I chose. So this is what you can wear, and this will fit our color palette as well.
Right.
So it can't be something very extraordinary and stuff. And plus, it has to be simple. It has to go
Mm.
with the mood of the song as well. But luckily, everything just fell in place.
Mm.
It just fell in place beautifully.
Mm.
And so it feels like we didn't do our homework, but actually we did our homework pretty well. But because my mind was all over the place, so it felt like, okay, we didn't do anything. But I had everything, my papers and my script and everything was there. All the shots were written. You were taking with the shots. You had extra shots. So because my mind was all over the place, so I just felt like I'm like a
Yeah,
lost child
yeah,
just on the
sure.
set. But I did my homework.
For
pretty
sure.
well, and then waiting for some magic to happen there.
And yeah, I mean it's pretty evident with the output, man. It's so cool. I love the video, and then the folks in the Isle of ARR community watch the video like in an infinite loop again and again, again and again. So I myself have watched it like 10 times, I think, 10 15 times so far. With look, the other part that I would definitely wanted to ask you was there was a there was a footage of the moon, and
Hmm.
was that was that really shot or was that stock footage?
No, no, we shot a few footage of the moon as well. Because I think when we were driving, uh, the moon was beautiful that day. Suddenly, out of the blue. So we were like, oh
That was
wow,
another magic.
that was just while we were driving back, and he was like, oh wow, this is just beautiful. So that just happened, and
Yeah.
we were kind of not sure if we should include the moon or not. But then Sir said, I think it's very poetic, and he was right.
Nice,
Say
nice.
it just went beautifully with the video, because I think, and then I realized, and then I understood what he, and then I think while we were sitting and selecting the shots and stuff, so I asked him, I was like, so this is what you wanted, right? He said yes. So I was like, thank God. I was like, thank God. I was like, I'm glad this is exactly what you wanted, and I'm so glad that you're happy that this is what you wanted. And I was even more glad that and even Nazif would keep messaging me, bro, what's happening? Is everything going well? And so I told him, yes, everything's going well, and I'm so glad. And and it's all because of Nazif. I mean, for him to trust me
Mm.
blindly, it's amazing. Because we were shooting at odd hours, and probably he was sleeping at that time, and he would message me, bro, okay, what are you doing? This and that and stuff. And then he would be like, okay, I'm going to sleep. So, but I know you're there, so I trust you, which is amazing, which is just amazing for him to completely trust me with that.
Nice.
And because we've been friends for so many years, and we've never really worked together, we've just been very very very, very good friends, and we've always spoken about stuff. And I know he also wants to make films and all that stuff, so we've spoken about a lot of stuff. And he's never seen a lot of my work. He always was aware of the fact that I'm creative, and I used to work in the radio. So it's just hats off to him, because one thing that he knew, he was like, I know, our thinking is kind of alike. So
Nice.
let's do it.
Love it.
Let's do it. Yeah. And it just worked out. I think the first rough cut that we had to send it to him probably in the morning, and I was very nervous. I was like, I don't know. I mean, we've made something, and let's see. I mean, let's see, because I've lost perspective now, because I think me and Sir have watched it so many times. So I think I don't know now. And so you see it, and I think he saw it, and he responded. He was like, "It's amazing, man." I was like, "Ah, thank God." Then I went back to sleep. Finally, I was like, "Now I can sleep for another class."
Right. And then obviously there were drone shots in the video, right? And and we both know Sir is a massive geek. And did he fly the drone too?
No, 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 no. He didn't fly the drone, but he's aware. He also has a drone. He has a drone. He knows everything about all the equipments, and with which drone is it, and this and that, and how you're going to take the shot. So I told him initially, I told him I'm going to take 2 drone shots, and this is what I've decided. This is what we are going to do. So he was aware, and I think it was early in the morning, and he was because he had so many meetings and stuff,
Yeah.
and so he was also very tired. He was like, I'm very tired. So I told him, so please give me 5 minutes. Then I will let you go only after 5 minutes when I get those 2 drone shots, because they are beautiful. Trust me, they are beautiful, and it'll look really really amazing. And
Yeah.
because I've imagined the end with the drone shots. When the last part comes, that beautiful part.
Mm.
When
Yeah.
that I love that part.
Mm.
So I was like, I imagine that with a drone shot and you're walking on the beach, it'll look amazing. And even when you were editing the stuff, so he was like, it's looking good. And I told him, so this is what I'd imagine. When that part comes, you're walking on the drone. So that was amazing.
Nice, nice. I did
Well
like
done.
that sequence. Huh?
Yeah, you didn't like the sequence, right?
I did like it. Yeah, it was great.
It fits the music. It fits the music really well. So he actually wanted a, a kind of a beach shot as well. So I told him, we'll do that with a drone shot. It'll come out really well. So and it did come out beautifully well. It was all done like very very quickly. I think we had a homework because we had come earlier as well, and we had done our homework pretty well.
Mm.
So like we'll do that, we'll do this. So we really want to waste time.
Mm.
So in between shots, we no one likes to waste time in between shots. So
Yeah.
we had already decided this is what we were going to do and stuff, and then now it's already morning. So it everything just happened perfectly.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we got the magical sunlight and we got the perfect time to do that drone. So it was just happening nicely. Even though we missed out on a few shots, but then we got most of what we had covered. Like
Mm.
you always write additional shots. Like what if we can use this just to give the post production team a
Mm.
bunch of shots they can play with, a bunch of B rolls. You know, A rolls are obviously what you're singing and stuff. The B rolls are we're walking, you're looking there, you're smiling, you're looking into the camera. So we had a bunch of those shots as well. So they can also play around uh, when they are editing and stuff.
Right.
But Sir was very involved with the video. He was very involved.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
amazing.
for sure. And I saw your behind the scenes footage. In one of the sequences, uh, Sir was kneeling down and trying to capture something in his mobile, right? Tell me about that one. He was trying to get it in a certain angle.
Yeah, it's okay. So that was, I think I told her, I think we'll take it from your back, and then you can just do the Rihaayi De and stuff. And we like let's try from the front as well. So I said okay. So I was shooting and he was like, I have another idea. Come and stand here and let me show you. So I was like, okay, and he was showing me this and that. So there's one trivia. One of the shots in the end has been shot from his phone.
Which one was that?
The last shot before the beach shot.
Oh yeah, where he's standing at the balcony.
No. So before the beach shot, the last Rihaayi De,
Oh,
the one
that.
he's looking like the camera pans from here and it goes up. So that's so I shot that from his mobile. So you can imagine the quality these days of these mobiles are so good. So you don't even
That
come
was
to
Sir's mobile, you're saying?
yeah.
Oh, just talking about Sir's mobile. Did you see ARR on the back of his mobile?
Maybe I must have.
Similar.
Yes, I
Uh,
do. Yeah, now I remember. Yeah.
this is the exact cover I had gifted him, yes. And he's been using it for almost an year now.
You got the piano phone. What do you think?
I love it, sir.
His mobile had amazing quality. We yeah, like I didn't haven't included so many shots in the making as well, but there will be many shots where he's like, I'm actually standing and he's telling me, okay, walk, and he's shooting me. And I think he really liked that location a lot. So it was just amazing.
Nice.
So and it's really fun. Then he was giving his ideas, and he was enjoying the shoot. Let's do that. And luckily we captured it as well. So he also kept saying he wants to shoot stuff, but he doesn't get the time. He has a lot of equipment. He has the best of cameras, the best of lenses and stuff, but he obviously doesn't get the time.
Yeah.
So I really love doing all that stuff. We even spoke about Lay Musk, and I was asking him how it was and stuff. So you can talk to him about literally everything,
Yeah.
of course.
And
And I'm
and
not even
and you said you spoke to him about 99 songs, right? And he said something interesting.
Yeah, I mean the thing that stayed with me. I think we were talking about 99 songs in the car, and we were just talking about a lot of stuff. And then we were just moving from one topic to the other topic and this and that. And then he was telling me, the first half of like how the response has been, from the fans. It has been mixed and this and that. So he was telling me, obviously, he's a budding musician. So for the first half of those songs, I didn't make those songs very great. So because he's a budding musician, I was like, so I was shocked. I was like, so you're telling me you purposely made a song which is not that great because he's a budding musician? He's like, of course. He was like, obviously, when he's starting out, his songs are not going to be great. And then in the end, when then he goes and he learns jazz and all that stuff, then he's becoming a better musician. Then he becomes a world class musician. So his music goes from here to here. You tell me which guy will take a risk like that. And because he was like, sometimes you have to supersede logic, and that just completely just blew me off. I was like, wow. I was completely blown. I was like, at this stage, of his life, and it's his first movie as a producer, as a writer. Someone can take such a risk, and I was like, wow. I mean, just hats off. I mean, I could just see that hunger, the way he was speaking
Mm.
about stuff, and when he told me that, and I was just like, in my head, I probably knew maybe I wanted to ask him that question as well. Do you also think like that? When if you have a film on a musician, let's make a track which is nice but not that great. Let's keep the arrangement simple, and then in the end, you blast the music and you make it so well. Do you also think like that? And without me asking, he told me that, and he was like, "This is what I was thinking," and I was like, "Wow, this is amazing."
But all the songs were great.
All the songs were great, but exactly, all the songs are great. But then he thinks like that. He was like, let me just make a song which is nice, nice and hummable and stuff, because he's a budding artist. He has talent. He has a knack of being a great musician. And in the end, we'll blast the music and we'll make it even better and better.
Mm.
So which is, and I don't think any other composer would probably think like that. I don't think so. And because he has so much expectations, from every little jingle that he does as well, like we expect the moon from him, and we want something new all the time,
Mm.
so it's amazing, to just sit back and think like that, I think it's just amazing. And as you said, all the songs are great. For me, I knew all the songs are great, you know and he
Mm.
was like, go like this, and I was like, this is just beautiful.
Nice. Nice. And so towards the like once the shoot was done, did you guys hang out for a debrief or not really?
No, yes. No, we didn't hang out for debrief, but when the shoot was over, I think sir just said, I want to shoot. Let's sit and make a rough cut.
Huh?
So that's when we spent like 2 days with him, during the night and stuff. And because I'm also night owl as well, so he said, what time do you guys work? I said, I work at the night as well. So I think at probably 4 or 30 in the morning, I asked him. I just randomly asked him, "So we're done?" He's like, no, man, we're just getting started.
Wow.
At
And
that time, I think we had a lot of fun. We were just cracking up, and he was, he's so funny, and he was cracking up the whole time. And I think we spoke about films and music and mixing and giga loops, which he used to use in the 90s, and logic loops. And I told him I'm a composer as well, So and he asked me, "Do you also make short films?" I said yes, and I've done this and that. Then he was showing me his gear. He was playing something on his iPad and stuff. So I was just scared. I hope he doesn't tell me to play anything. I was like, I'm just going to embarrass myself. I was just playing. Don't, don't, please, don't even. But it was interesting. He was talking about he spoke about a lot of stuff. Yeah,
right.
and it's his personality that he makes you feel comfortable. That I was so comfortable speaking to him.
Yeah.
For such a long period, non-stop. We just start chatting about literally everything. And because he is so well read and so well traveled, he knows about everything. You can talk to him about European art, to politics, to films, to music, to technology, to AI. I
Mm.
mean, you can talk to him about it.
Mm.
He
Yeah,
and
for sure.
it was just fun.
Yeah, and
Really, really, really funny thing happened. I think while we were editing and stuff, I think he was a little tired. He just went for a short nap and he came back and he was like, "I had a dream. You guys left." That was very funny. Like, no, so we're still here.
nice. And you just reminded me of something. What was that iPad shot in the video?
That I forgot the name of the app. I think he told me. I think it's one of the apps that he uses for his music. So that maybe it's GeoShredder or something else. I'm not really
Right.
sure,
Right.
because he was showing me a few apps and I asked him, I was like, what is that? And because also my mind was all over the place. So while he was doing that, I think he had planned that shot. So that was his plan. You know, he was like, I'm gonna do all that stuff and I'm gonna play around and stuff. So
Okay.
that was a short bit which we had planned. Yeah.
Great.
And he has all those crazy gadgets which people haven't even heard of. So it's just amazing to witness all that stuff. As a fan, for some time you have to forget. Okay, I'm making the video. Can you like your fan just comes out alive? Like, oh wow, what is this? What are you playing with?
Yeah, amazing. And then I obviously saw the group picture that you guys took along with Sir. Was that after the end of the shoot, is it, or what?
That was after the end of the shoot, yeah. So the group picture is my partners and who are also my siblings. So it's like when when we were shooting, so I told like we all are brother sisters. He was like, oh really? You're like, yes. So he asked us, do you fight? I was like, no, not anymore. That was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Right. Great.
Great thing is all of us are like huge fans of his music. So I'm obviously a little more, and they are also, so they were also like, they were tongue tied. But I think he was really amazing to make us feel comfortable at home.
Nice.
It was just amazing.
Nice. Great, man. Look, I've been extremely keen to talk to you for sure, because the best part is being a fan and then idolizing someone, and then all of a sudden having to work with him and then direct him. It's a journey.